Today it is time to rebuild the final of the 3 promoted clubs. The one team that have gotten into the playoffs and defeated Sheffield United in the final. It is Sunderland coming back to the Premier League. And today it is my honor to rebuild them. This Sunderland side have been in the Premier League for the last time in the 2016-17 season, where they got relegated with only 6 wins. 24 points. They still had a player like Jermaine Defoe back then. But yes, since then, they haven't been able to get promoted to the Premier League again. Even getting relegated to League One, where they didn't make it out until the 21-22 season. Since then, they've been on the rise with young, good talents. They have, of course, Joe Bellingham, who is probably their biggest talent yet, but he is strongly rumored with a move away to Germany. By the time this video comes out, he might have gone to one of those clubs, Frankfurt or Dortmund, already, like his older brother Jude as well, a few years back. But there are other players who are very interesting as well. Chris Rigg, 17 years old, 70 rated. We've got other young players like Sirkin, left back, Hume, right back. We've got a whole list of default youth academy players, 3 from Norway, 2 from China, 1 from Spain, all quite talented. So let's see what these guys are up to. I'm going to go a bit different this time. With Burnley and Leeds, I went with like the counter-attacking style of play. This time we go with wing play. 2 big sales then. Trey Hume, right back, rumored with a move away, might already have moved when this video comes out, just like Joe Bellingham. In this save going to Brentford, 11.1 million. That is a good basis though to rebuild this club. Niall Huggins and Ajibola Alese also leave this club. Putting our budget up to 31 million. We didn't have a lot at the start, like 10 million. Now we have 30, so we can work with that at least. Another player was on loan to us. We've brought in permanently from Liverpool, a young guy by the name of Jadon Dance, coming in for 1.2 million. He's only 18 years old. I'm also converting Chris Rigg from a cam to a left midfielder. He stays at a 70 overall. A third player joining us that is on loan to us as well. We are only bringing in those guys. It is the best player of the team probably, Enzo Lefe, 15 million from Roma. We've even still sold players like Adi Lawicic, Patrick Roberts, who goes to Leeds United. And of course, where is he? Joe Anderson going to Sion. With our limited budget, we've then gone on and picked up a bargain whose contract was expiring in Argentina. A striker, 24 years old, Facundo Colidio, 10 million pounds. I've never heard of him, but he comes in from River Plate. With Colidio now up top, that is a much more serious looking footballing side. Mandel at right midfield, I'm not so sure about for the future. Neither am I about O'Neill, who is already 29. Ballard is fine. Shirkin is only 22. We've got Pembele, the former PSG player, only 21. He's a talent. Abdul Samed, of course, coming in. Lefe coming in, only 24. Both of these. Colidio also 24. Rigg is now a left midfielder. Otherwise, yeah, I can't tell you if we will survive, or if I even think we will survive, because I have absolutely no clue whatsoever. That's what I thought. What just happened is what also happened the 2 years before. The 3 promoted sides right back down. On 26 points, we are 19th, Leeds in 18th, Burnley in 20th. Certainly that wasn't a great season. 91 goals against. That is just atrocious. Liverpool have won the Premier League, 1 point ahead of Manchester City on the other side of the table, but we are relegated. It's the first time it's happened to me with any of these 3 promoted clubs, but obviously they go down all together. FA Cup goes to Man City over Spurs. Here we've been knocked out by Newcastle. Gets worse as well. 3-1. Arsenal win the Carabao Cup over Crystal Palace. Even here we've got knocked out in our very first round against Spurs. Yeah, Mundle is the top scorer with 12 goals. 11 for Colidio, who has grown to a 79, so that's not too bad. 8 and 5 for Rigg is great as well. But otherwise, this team really didn't deliver. Going back to the championship isn't going to help us financially, but certainly in terms of growth of individual players, it is going to be of good help, I do believe. To start off the second season, our first in the championship, we have made a fire sale, as you'd expect it for a team getting relegated. Anthony Patterson, the biggest one here, leaving for West Ham United for 11 million. Otherwise, you can see lots of players leaving. Poveda, Brown, not a lot of money, but still, we have got a lot of money in total right now. An unbelievable budget of 108 million. Don't ask me where it came from, but that's the money we've got right now. We certainly do need a new centre-back. Centre-back is our top priority. The fullbacks are okay. Rig is of course good. Mundle is good. Neil and Abdul Samed are good. Lefebvre and Colidio as well. So the main improvement needs to be done here at centre-back. Man we bring in comes from Victoria Pilsen, a new centre-back, 23 years of age. He's 76 rated. Samson Dwe, I've never bought him before, coming in for 10 million, the American. I've also decided to bring in yet another centre-back in case anything happens to either of our two starters. The fourth one, of course, is Johnson. He's only 59 rated, so we need it to step in here. Bring in Dies Jansen, who was about 4th or 5th string centre-back at Ajax. Here he is, 3rd string, coming in from the Dutch Giants. This is the team we are having at our disposal. The only thing we change is the centre-back, Dve, coming in at the age of 23. The team is still overall very young. Can't wait to see how Colidio and also Lefebvre are developing, just like Rig and Mundell. Shirkin and Pembele are also quite good. The centre-back partnership is exciting, and goalkeeper Young, that is the only position really where I didn't get an upgrade, because Young is a very talented keeper. I want to give him game time, especially now that we are in the championship. That won't hurt us. At the end of the championship season, we finish in 4th place, so no automatic promotion. 80 points, just short ahead of West Brom, Middlesbrough and Burnley, who have completely failed to get promoted. However, in the championship semi-final, the playoff semi-final, we've come back from behind to defeat West Brom to reach the promotion playoff final, where we defeat Southampton as well to go up to the Premier League, yet again in the playoff final. The FA Cup goes to Chelsea over Southampton. Here we've been knocked out in round 4 by Fulham. And the Carabao Cup goes to Arsenal over Bournemouth. Whilst here we've been beaten by Barnsley of all teams in round 2. That's embarrassing. Incredible season by Facundo Colidio. 36 goals and 10 assists. He really tore the championship apart. 20 goals from CDM for Dan Neil. That is crazy. 18 and 16 for Romain Mundell, who is up to a 77. And 9 and 5 for Chris Rig, with 15 assists for Enzo Lefebvre. The team is looking much better than the first time we went into the Premier League. The backline is more secure. Young has grown to a 71 in net. I'm not sure if he will remain the number 1 goalkeeper, but he very well might if his potential is still there. Sunderland are becoming more and more playoff specialists. Hopefully they don't yo-yo all the time though now. That would be important. The cups haven't been great, but I don't care about that. The most important thing is getting promoted back to the promised land. Again, we need to make another sale. Romain Mundell going to Bournemouth at the start of season 3 for 28 million, the 23-year-old. Meaning that we have an astonishing budget of 129 million. Crazy, absolutely. So first off, we make a big signing in goal. 27-year-old former Premier League goalkeeper, now playing for Galatasaray. The Premier League experience of Kaumin Kelleher is very important, so we sign him up for 28 million. After signing Kelleher, we've also sold Harrison Jones and loaned out both Chauhan and Matt Young. The good goalkeeper who was great for us in the championship. He's still only 19 years old, can develop further. But of course we've bought Kelleher and we want him to get first team football. Our second and final signing is the one who might set us apart from the rest this time of the relegation contenders. As we go in for a player who got recently relegated. Playing for Sheffield United, it is Ben Doak joining us for 25 million to replace Romain Mundell. Same overall, 3 years younger. With the team looking like this going into the third season, I think we've done really well. Replacing, of course, the right midfielder with Ben Doak. Scottishman, 20 years old, 77 rated. Lefay, 81. Rick, 78. And Colidio, 82 rated, our highest rated player. Kelleher, of course, giving us very good defensive stability. 10 higher rated than Matt Young. That's important, especially in the phase we are not like established teams in the Premier League. A quite simply put phenomenal season 3 with Sunderland. 6th position in the Premier League, 18 wins, 11 draws, 9 losses. On 65 points, just 18 points behind Man City. We will play European football next season. We'll win the FA Cup over Newcastle, whilst we've been knocked out on penalties in round 3 by Spurs. And the Carabao Cup goes to Man City over Aston Villa. Here we've been knocked out in round 3 as well by Brighton. 19 goals by Facundo Colidio, who has grown to an 85 overall, crazy. 18 goals by Chris Rigg, those two have delivered the goals, 37 among both of those. And then McNeil is the third best scorer, then Neil, 8 goals, 2 assists, 7 goals for Ben Doak, who has grown to an 81, and 10 assists for Enzo Lefay. Team is looking very, very spicy. Dve, the centre-back, hasn't really developed as nicely. Actually, he's not from the US, that's what I said at the beginning. I do believe that this is Liberia. But yeah, otherwise, Churkin, Rigg, they are doing well. Neil is doing well. Abdul Samed as well. Pembele up to an 81. Doak 81. Kelleher 83 rated. We've also got Dan Speck, the striker, 2174 rated. Could be a great backup down the line. That's what I said when I thought we were much better. I didn't think we'd get 6th place, but certainly far away from a relegation battle. We are set for season number 4. We've already sold Jack Johnson and loaned out Jayden Duns, Nicolas Cuevas and goalkeeper Matt Young. And we've still got an absurd budget, 81 million this season. In my opinion, to bring the squad to the next level, we'll need to replace one of the centre-backs, probably Dwe, who has got the lowest potential, also the slowest growth. Otherwise, Rigg, Lefay, Doak and Colidio are the formidable 4 up top. Neil and Abdul Samed are fine for now as well. Pembele and Churkin the same, and Kelleher as well. So the only thing really we need to change is a new centre-back. Maybe a better bench as well. But again, we have every position covered over there as well. So first of all, I've decided to bring in a new centre-back, actually 2 centre-backs. But first off, this one from FC Porto. Already 76 rated is Carlos Martins, joining us from Porto for 17 million. So the second centre-back joining also comes in from Portugal, this time from Sporting. We are raiding Liga Portugal. Bringing in Leonardo Balerdi from Sporting for 45 million. A decent, very, very decent centre-back. So, one big move has happened as Manchester City have played Enzo Lefay's release clause of 75 million. Crazy money. I couldn't say no. I could have given him a new contract, but I didn't want to, as this money can be reinvested. Where is it? I've lost it. But this money certainly can be reinvested into a new number 10. First, I'm gonna go for a new cam, but like a second string coming from the bench. I'm going to go for 2 new cams, so a big revamp of the squad this season. Bringing in the Argentinian Tomás Parmo from Independiente for 2.8 million. And so here is our new starter at cam, at number 10. A player who is really flying under the radar, coming into this team at the age of 21. Already 81 rated, it is Damian Mikkelsen joining us from AAB, a Danish club, mid-table club over there for 45 million. Big money. He's coming in here at the age of 21, 81 rated. His backup, of course, Parmo, is also over there. 71 rated, he himself. He is also only 19 years old. Mikkelsen is 21. I mean, I'm expecting a lot of him. 86 pace, 82 passing, 82 dribbling. Really a big player. And so this season we are in the Europa League after finishing 6th the season before. The target already is to reach the semi-final. I'm not so sure about that, but we can try. The results of Season 4 are in. We have finished in 7th place, 1 place below last season's finish. 6 points behind both Spurs and Arsenal, ahead of the likes of Chelsea, Brighton as well. Man United nearly got relegated. Coventry, Wolves and Ipswich go down. On the other side of the table it is Liverpool, the champions, ahead of Manchester City. Newcastle and Aston Villa complete the top 4. The FA Cup goes to Arsenal over Liverpool. We've been knocked out by Liverpool in round 3. Why do we always get like the very difficult opponents? Chelsea win the Carabao Cup over Fulham. Here we've been knocked out again by Chelsea in round 4. Another big fish early on. Let's have a first look at European competitions, where Atletico Madrid win the Champions League over City rivals Real Madrid. We've of course been in the Europa League, where we finished in a respectable 4th spot in the league phase, went straight to the round of 16, where we got knocked out by Panathinaikos of all teams. That's not good. In the end, the Europa League goes to Inter over Anderlecht from Belgium. And finally, the Conference League goes to Rennes over CFR Cluj. Rennes we just rebuilt a couple of weeks ago. And yes, Facundo Colidio really delivered once again. 26 goals for him, 14 for Doak, 12 and 8 for Rig, and 7 and 9 for Dan Neil. Having a look at our squad, it's not looking too bad. Rig up to an 88 overall, Neil 86 overall, Mikkelsen in his first season up by 3. Colidio, as I said before, 86, Doak 85, Balerdi at an 85. We've got Abdul Samad even at an 81. I mean, this team is really good. Kelleher 85 rated. We are looking good for the future. That's the least I can say. I'm really quite happy with things went down in Season 4. I didn't expect more. I wanted to have some stability, and that's exactly what I got. 7th in the Premier League. Could have done a little bit better in the Europa League in the Cups, but that is for another day, I presume. Our 2 youth academy players, Steinar Hansen and Chao Han from China and Norway, are progressing really nicely. I'm still loaning them out for at least 1 more season. Even this season we have around 63 million, not too bad. We had to sell Samson to Aston Villa for 29 million because he wanted to leave the club. Otherwise we've again loaned out our young guys, Hansen, Martins and goalkeeper Matt Young. Now leaving us with about 88 million. That's not a bad budget. Especially considering we are not in any kind of European competition here in Season 5. We have gone on and spent nearly our entire budget on 1 single player, a centre-back. Very exciting player, 84 rated at the age of 21. Coming in from the Portuguese league, Edson Costa, a regen of course, 69 million. Naughty number. As a result, we've also shown Daniel Bella at the door. He goes to Chelsea for 35 million and we are once again a little bit richer. And so this is how the starting 11 is now looking like, with the addition of Costa. He's of course an upgrade. Abdul Samad, even though he's 28-81 rated, still stays in that starting 11. Shirkin as well at the age of 26. Pembele 25-82 rated. Kelleher 29, he's 85 rated. We've got Young, who is still young as well. He's out on loan. And then Rig is the marksman of this team. 21 years old, 95 pace, 93 dribbling. Dewak also 85 dribbling, 94 pace. Colidio 85 pace, 84 dribbling and 88 shooting, which is crazy. Mikkelsen also progressing well. This team can only do well this season, hopefully so, especially with no European football to distract. So in season number 5 we've done exceptionally well. 3rd place, we will be playing Champions League football, although behind Newcastle, our arch rivals. Man City win the league. Still, 3rd position is an absolute achievement. Villa win the FA Cup over Spurs. Here we've made round 5 this time before getting knocked out by Liverpool. Wolves win the Carabao Cup over Newcastle. Here we've made the quarterfinals, where we got knocked out by Spurs. Jan Mikkelsen is an absolute gem. I'm so happy we found him. 20 goals, 13 assists, 18 for Colidio, he's up to an 87, 14 for Doak, 11 and 6 for Rig, and 5 goals for Daniel Neil, who is up to an 88 overall as well. I'm really happy with how this team is coming together. Costa already up to an 88 overall, along with Valerdi. Chirkin still 81. Pembele 83. Chirkin might get replaced next season. Abdul Samed up to an 83 as well. Mikkelsen Doag up to an 87. Colidio 87. Rig up to a 90 overall. Kelleher 86. This team is really, really strong. Even the bench, apart from the backup goalkeeper who is retiring at the end of the season. Everyone else is keeping up really nicely. It's actually season 5 this. Season 5, we've qualified for the Champions League, not season 4 like I said before. But yes, next season in the 6th one, we will be playing in the biggest competition there is in the Champions League. Next up, we sign our first signing actually of season 6, a CDM replacing Abdul Samed in the starting 11. He's 23, so a lot younger and also 1 overall higher than Samed. It is Archie Gray joining us on a cut price deal. His contract was expiring at Atletico Madrid. 42 million he cost. Now, Abdul Samed, of course, still stays in the squad. He's still a valuable asset, but Archie Gray is taking over. He's 1 higher rated, as I said. 6 years younger as well. An Englishman into this team. Not too bad. This makes it 3 Englishmen now. 1 Scottishman. We have a Danishman in cam. Valerdi, an Argentinian with a Brazilian actually at centre-back. That can only be good. Chirkin still is one that I'm debating about. Pembele, 83 rated, is good for now. And Kelleher, the Irishman, in net. We're also bringing yet another man back to the Premier League. We are going all in this season as we are playing in the Champions League. The best possible squad we are creating. It is Josko Gvardiol joining us from Borussia Dortmund, the former Manchester City left back, for 77 million plus Chirkin, who is now going to be a Dortmund player. I'm actually making yet another signing in goal as a backup goalkeeper because I want to loan Young out in case we will need him next season, for example. As Kelleher isn't really getting any younger, Emil Audero comes in. He's also old, but 6.5 million as a stopgap backup keeper from Leicester. And so funnily enough, Matt Young joins Leicester City, where we just bought Emil Audero from. So for our very first Champions League campaign, Gvardiol comes in handy. He's definitely giving this team new strength. Gray as well as youth. He's also giving us 84 overall, which is not too bad. The bench, of course, with Abdul Samed on there, much better. Dan's also returned from loan. He's 23.79 rated, a decent backup striker, as well as a good backup goalkeeper. Emil Audero, who is, I don't know what nationality is that. Is that Indonesian? Is he from Indonesia? In our very first appearance in the Champions League, we finished just about in 9th place, just outside the automatic spots for the round of 16. We have to go through to playoffs and we are facing Club Brugge. Should be doable. But then again, in the Premier League, we are in a title race with our arch rivals Newcastle. That's interesting. 1 ahead of Arsenal, 2 ahead of Liverpool. Let's do this then, away to Club Brugge. Let's see how it goes. In Belgium, we lose 1-0. That's a bad start. Sandra with the only goal of the game, and I said that was a doable draw. Wow. Now then, backs against the wall at the Stadium of Light. Can we turn things around? No, we cannot. Saliba, I don't think that is William Saliba. Hinchelwood went to Club Brugge. He scored a goal. Doak scored a brace, but that's still not enough. We are eliminated in the playoff round by Club Brugge. That's a karma for me. We finish in 2nd place at the end of the day. 76 points, 2 points off Liverpool. We were in the title race, but we just about fell short. Newcastle, 5 points behind us. We do, however, win our very first trophy, defeating Chelsea in the FA Cup final on penalties. Newcastle, on the other hand, also win a trophy over Palace. Here we've been knocked out by Burnley in round 3. Inter win back-to-back Champions Leagues over Atletico Madrid. That's crazy. Aston Villa win the Europa League in all-English affair over Premier League champions Liverpool. And the Conference League goes to Athletic Club over Panathinaikos, who lose back-to-back Conference League finals as well. This season we are looking at 24 goals by Facundo Colidio, who has cracked the 90 overall. 20 and 11 for Damian Mikkelsen at the age of 24. He's 88 rated. 17 and 11 for Doak. And 11 and 19 assists for Chris Rigg. I mean, the team is looking absolutely fantastic. 90 overall striker. We've got 90 rated players all over the park, to be honest. Costa, Kelleher to an 88 overall at the age of 31. Valerdi 87. Pembele might get replaced. But otherwise, this team is absolutely world class. A fantastic season, second in the Premier League. We have been knocked out in the playoff round of the Champions League, which is not great, but therefore we've won the FA Cup. You can't have everything. Next season, we'll attack once more. We've yet again cleared out Nectarios Triantis, Abdullah Ba, Emil Laudero and Leo Yelde, all backup players who are in their low to mid 70s. Except for Emil Laudero, who is now though 33 and young returned from loan. Leo Yelde also 71 rated. These are all not really of any necessity, of any needs anymore. Leaving us with a budget of now 158 million. We have then also made the big decision of selling Timothée Pembele to Aston Villa for a whooping 60 million. So as our new starter at right back, we go in for a Portuguese man from the Premier League as well, playing at West Ham. Coming in to replace Timothée Pembele is Martin Fernandes, joining us for 80 million. That, however, guys, is the only change we are making this season. Bringing in Fernandes. We do have this man Evanson on the bench as a right back backup, of course, from the youth. Martins also returned from his loan move. Janse still in there. Cuevas returned. I'm converting him into a left midfielder so that we cover both sides, the right and the left midfield. Both him and Hun are going to do a lot of damage from the bench, along with Duns. A strong team, very, very good starting 11. Decent, more than just decent bench. I'm really up for the attack of both the Premier League and the Champions League this season. In the very first competitive game of the season, we are facing Liverpool in the FA Community Shield at Wembley Stadium. Let's see how this goes. We do win 2-0. Rig and Abdul Samed, who came off the bench, scored the goals. Good start of yet another season. We are sitting 7 points away from Manchester City in second place. Same points than Chelsea. We've also once again finished in 9th place in the Champions League phase on same points than Barcelona, but a worse goal difference. I can't believe it. Newcastle United in 5th. But once again, we have to go through the playoffs. It is the first leg of the playoff round and we are facing Inter Milan. First away from home, we win 2-1. Rig and Doak with the goals. We are in the second leg at the Stadium of Light. Can we confirm our spot in the round of 16? Absolutely. Dance came off the bench and scored. Abreu with the other goal. But we are through to the round of 16. It is round of 16 time. We are playing at Stadium of Light, facing PSV from the Netherlands in the round of 16 first leg. And we absolutely obliterate them, even though we were going down behind in the 13th minute. Mikkelsen, Colidio, Mikkelsen again, and Doak turned the game on its head. Away from home in the second leg at PSV Stadium, we win again 2-1. Guardiola and Doak with the goal, 6-2 on aggregate. Where the serious business starts. Quarter-finals facing Bayern Munich, at home against the German Giants. At the Stadium of Light, and it's a 2-0 win. Doak and Mikkelsen with the goals. That's a great start. Absolutely perfect. Return leg at the Allianz Arena in Munich, and we win once more. Colidio, Mikkelsen, Doak. We absolutely trash Bayern on aggregate, 5-2. We've also dominated the games in terms of possession and shots. Deservedly through to the semi-finals. Time at San Siro right now. Semi-final bound. Away from home in the first leg. And it's a win. Doak and Colidio. Salemakas gave Milan the equalizer, but Colidio with the winner, coming in clutch in the 78th minute. This is where it all comes down to. Stadium of Light. Under the lights. Champions League semi-final second leg. 2-1 up from the first leg. And oh my days, we had to go to extra time. But in the end, a Colidio brace in the 103rd minute is enough and sends us through to the final. That was really, really tough and very narrow. Champions League final, we face Borussia Dortmund from Germany. In the league, we fall short in the end. Very, very tight title race. 4 points off first place. In the end, we only finished third even. Manchester City don't come champions. Chelsea had a wonderful run, but we had too many draws. Way less losses than all the others around us, but 13 draws is just unbelievable. We don't win the league in this rebuild, at least so far, but we do win back-to-back FA Cups over Spurs in the final. The Carabao Cup goes to Arsenal over Man City. We couldn't win that because we've been knocked out by Norwich in round 3. Quite the low-key underdog final in the Europa League. Lens win that over Club Brugge, whilst the Conference League, just like in real life, went to Chelsea over Lazio. Colidio, even at the age of 31, still bagging in 30 goals, 23 and 21 for the absolute superstar beast that is Damian Mikkelsen. We picked him up from Denmark, of course, let's not forget. One of my best buys on this game. Han with 51 appearances, Doug only with 45, so Han, we might need to play him, I'm not so sure yet. Rig with 62 appearances, 13 goals, 16 assists as well. Dans with 13 goals, 6 assists from the bench is not bad. And Gvardiol from left back with 10 goals. However, now it is time for Borussia Dortmund against Sunderland at the arena of Schalke, Borussia Dortmund's biggest rival's ground. This is Chris Rig, Guardiola. I'm really excited to use those guys. Certainly some of them, like Mikkelsen, like Chris Rig, who is in action now and forces a big save out of the goalkeeper. And now Neil. This is a nice piece of play into Doug, but what a save by the goalkeeper. Yes, Vega. Good ball into Almeida. This is Thiago Almada putting Dortmund into the lead out of absolutely nothing. First chance for Dortmund, first goal. Güler now for Carvajal. Gvardiol playing against his former club here on this game, of course. Now Mikkelsen looking to open it up for Colidio. What a ball, what a goal. 1-1. Mikkelsen found the space and absolutely exploited it to the T with a pass razor sharp into the space for our marksman up front. Great interception. Here is Mikkelsen now into Doug. Ben Doug. I haven't seen anything of him so far. Maybe now, as he looks to send Colidio away. Can Colidio make it 2? Yes! Colidio, the Argentine striker. Never heard anything about him before today. But now I know exactly who it is and how much potential, hidden potential, this guy has got. Look at this fake shot. Not really a fake shot, but nice piece of trickery anyways, then absolutely bumps it into the back of the net. 2-1 of course. 2-1 to Sunderland. Facundo Colidio. Careful the game, the half is not over yet. Almeida looking for Arda Güler, but what a tackle. I'm gonna bring on the likes of Han, Rig to the center, and then Cuevas on, as well as, let's say, I don't really know, Abdul Samed is one of the OGs as well. Careful, here's Rafa Leao could pass this through, and it's 2-all. Thought it was offside for a second, but no, Carvajal is not offside, and it is 2-all now. Cuevas doing really well, stealing the ball, playing it inside, but it gets deflected. Oh, Neil gives the ball away, silly fashion, and a brilliant save by Keller keeps us in the game, otherwise that would have been over. Now it is extra time. Great interception there in midfield, stealing the ball. Now Han, this is Han. Let's see what he's all about. Playing the ball in for Cuevas. That was offside though. Second half of extra time just began. Let's see what we can do here. Colidio on the move. Looking to go inside for Fernandez with a horrific pass though. Oh, great steal by Han. Have you seen this, guys? Number 21 Han going all by himself. 1-on-1 with the keeper, scores. 113th minute, the substitution of dreams. Han may have just broken Dortmund's hearts and put Sunderland on the map in terms of Champions League success. We may not have won the league, but this team is resilient. This team is great. Have you just seen that counter-attack, that steal by Han? Solo performance by one man. Dortmund are not out yet though, as we have made that mistake before. They played inside, they have a great opportunity and they score right away again. Gonzalo Ramos, 3-all, 117th minute, I don't believe it. The game is still not over, guys. This is Han looking for a reverse ball into Colidio, into Rig! I don't believe this either. Rig with a fourth goal. Chris Rig of all people. OG Sunderland player, might move away in the summer, but here he has stayed for the entirety of the rebuild and has just sealed, I think we can say this, might have just sealed the great goal, with a great goal, a great team goal, the Champions League for Sunderland. I've said it before, but this time I'm relatively sure it is the end. We are in the 120th minute. I don't see how many edit-on minutes there are. There are not many, just one, and it's already over. A crazy Champions League final that took a massive twist in the last 10 minutes of edit-on time. 3 goals within 7 minutes at the end. But we come out on top with a couple of goals. Han and Rig, especially Chris Rig, I'm really happy for. This is the man Sunderland should build their team around. Of course, Joe Bellingham as well, but by the time of this recording coming out, he might have already moved. I am, for one, really happy with how we've done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please, by all means, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comments what else you'd like to see next. I'm going to see you in a couple of days again. The 3 promoted teams have been rebuilt. It is the final one. Sunderland with Captain Neil, one of the OG players as well, lifting that trophy. Sunderland have got a good team. Hopefully they can put a better fight than the other promoted teams that got relegated straight away. Hopefully the other 2 as well, Burnley and, of course, Leeds United, can also put up a fight. But this is my job done. Let's see you again in the next one. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.